I have dedicated my professional career to the study and control of arthropods.
Hello. I realize I probably at some point in time need to start catching up on all of my videos where I start part one and then I never make a part two. I keep thinking about that, but fact is I'm a lazy bastard and I don't have the interest at this point in time in finishing some of those, but I will. I do promise at some point in time. This video I was just kind of looking through YouTube videos, and I ran across a video by PottersHouseOz, an Australian ministry, and they have a video called "The Science of the Bible." And in that, in their description for that video, I'll put a link up to it. They say, "To all the atheists and non-believers, the Bible is full of scientific fact. My challenge is for you to try to debunk, refute these dozen or so scientific facts in the Bible." And that caught my attention, so I watched. I watched about half of this video. I will finish it when I'm done here. Apparently the information comes from Ray Comfort's one of Ray Comfort's publications, and reason I stopped watching in the middle is that it's exactly all of the same arguments that I've seen in order that I've seen before. They're proposed by a number of YouTube people have used these arguments to some extent. Internet Pastor TV, that infant from Texas, I don't remember his Aaron K, has used some of these. Anyhow, they're very widespread and are being used by a lot of people as supposed evidence that the Bible is true. Their argument is that these are advanced scientific bits. This is advanced scientific knowledge that the Bible discussed before people had the capability of discovering it, therefore proving the authorship of the Bible was some higher being or higher intelligence. The big flaw, and I'm not going to go through all of these. These are so many, and they're all. If you look at what they claim, and then you actually look at the Bible verse, you really have to sort of stretch the interpretation to even see that. And then there's some that are just outright. They're just outright stupid. Like the one where Isaiah predicts, or Isaiah says that that the earth is a sphere as opposed to flat like everybody believed. When in reality, in Isaiah, the term that's used in the Hebrew is doer, I believe it is, D-U-W-R, but I'm not positive about the word. I'm not a linguist. Anyway, and it means circle. It doesn't mean sphere. There's another Hebrew word that they used for sphere. It's also the word for ball, and then it's used elsewhere in the Bible. So they had a word for sphere. They didn't use it there. They used circle, which implies they thought, just like looking around the horizon of the earth, it looks circular. No new knowledge there. And you have to, what they do is they selectively, then they interpret it and they say, they substitute the word sphere for circle and then claim, look, the Bible says the earth's a sphere. It's like, well, no, you just said the earth was a sphere. Anyway. And that kind of thing, and that's just ridiculous. But what I want to take all of these together, collectively, all of these scientific claims, and here's my challenge to the people who would use these as evidence for science in the Bible. Name me a single one, I just want one example, of any scholar in human history who, before secular science discovered this truth, predicted one of these things based on a reading of the Bible. To make that clear, to make that understandable here to you guys, I want to hear one scientist, say, I don't know, 12th century a monk, who looked at the Bible and said, matter is made of things invisible. There must be invisible particles that make up all matter, based on reading the Bible, therefore predicting atomic theory years before scientists discovered it. Any of those claims, name one scientist that argued it. The whole Columbus realizing the Earth, or thinking the Earth was a sphere as opposed to flat. Find me one person from that time who believed the earth to be a sphere based on a reading of Isaiah. None of them. It simply doesn't exist, and it can't be done, and it's never been done. All of these are post hoc interpretations. You look through the Bible, and you find something, and you say, that if we think of it this way, that could kind of describe expanding space-time. So therefore, we're going to claim that the Bible predicted, Hubble expansion years before, the science discovered it. It's the same thing. You could look at, find some reference to chords in the Bible and say, superstring theory. The Bible predicted superstring theory. You can, all of these things, and please, if I ever hear that one being used, I'm just going to throw up. Okay? It simply isn't, you in order to be a true example of science in the Bible, science discovered, you would have to have somebody utilizing that knowledge prior to its scientific discovery, and you simply don't have it. Okay, and I know the one that Aaron Kay talked about. I think it was him at one point in time about digging latrines and washing their hands. That's just common knowledge, and it's been common knowledge in cultures, maybe not Europeans, which were absolutely traditionally a filthy lot, but that knowledge of cleanliness and not eating your own crap is not exclusive to the Bible, and in fact it's far older than the Bible, so that doesn't count either. So I don't want, that's not a very good example. So anyway, just that's it. Respond to this video. Write a comment or even a video response showing me any scientist or scholar or theologian who used something from the Bible to make an accurate scientific prediction before science discovered that. And then maybe I'll start listening to what you guys have to say. Thank you. I'll talk to you later.